Hey, the first thing you're going to need to do to understand the vocal delivery unit is to understand a list of terms. So if you look at the file for vocal delivery terms, I would suggest you juxtapose that file either on your computer digitally or print it off to take down notes and put me on the right hand side of your screen so you can listen while you take notes. Be careful because I'm going to give you a few cues as to what to write down on that handout, and remember too that all the information on that handout or that digital handout you can use on your quizzes in the future. Okay, so the first unit is your introduction to vocal delivery, basically how you say your words, your overall tone. There are a lot of elements that are included in this. So if you open up that doc that says vocal delivery terms, you can either print it out and handwrite your notes from this lecture, or you can digitally type it in as a Google Doc. So I need you to pay attention because even as we take a quiz on this unit, you can use that handout in whatever format you have it. So pay attention. I'm also going to be giving you a few cues as to what to write down in particular. Part of public speaking is also being a great listener as well. So listen to my cues, write some notes. The beautiful thing about this is if you get bored, you can fast forward. If you don't understand something, you can repeat it. So here we go. Okay. So the first term on your worksheet is articulate. It means the having or showing the ability to speak fluently and coherently. Basically, your ability to make complete sense as a result of your chosen vocabulary or vocal delivery and credibility. But just put down, it means you are not making a fool out of yourself by what you are saying or how you are saying it. You basically look intelligent, but by your word choice and by how you have delivered your words. The next term is your delivery. Very generic term, basically means the overall presentation of your speech and involves how you use your voice, your gestures, and your words to create a desired effect. So when I refer to your delivery, I'm referring to your overall speaking skills. The next term is improvise, improv, or improvisational, all same derivatives, but you're going to hear a lot of this, especially if you come back to school. This is the kind of speaking that is on the spot, no preparation at all, no time to prepare to think about it. And this is the one where I hand you a prompt and you do it on demand. Studying improvisation and practicing improvisation does certainly prepare you for the real world with public speaking skills, which can be training someone at a job, it can be giving a minor presentation in a forum, even raising your hand and asking a question in front of others. All the way up to thousands of people in an audience. But improvisation forces you to get used to and get comfortable with the potential for things to go wrong, for delays to happen, even power outages while you're doing your speech, or a computer program goes down while you're trying to present using it. But things happen, but you don't want to panic. You want to stay professional, stay calm, because you've prepared for it. So in this course, I'm hoping to host a few improvisational situations. If this was an in-meet course in a classroom, you'd be doing these on a daily basis. The next term is monotone, and monotone, mono meaning one, is basically talking about your pitch. If you speak monotonous, you typically speak at the same pitch all the time, and it gets really annoying after a while, whatever pitch you've chosen. It means you do not vary your pitch. Go up and down on your pitch and just change it up. You're actually very boring. So monotone, or being monotonous, is being very boring and sustaining the same pitch on and on. The next term is projection. This basically means volume. It doesn't mean shouting. It means how strong and bold of a voice you have. So when I say you need to project more, it is because I can't hear you. And the worst thing you could do is have a great speech and not be heard. So it's basically the loudness of your voice. Changing the volume to be very loud at certain points and be very quiet at certain points. All are a part of vocal variety. The next term is pronunciation. To pronounce something correctly is to say it the correct way. So pronunciation has to do with correctness. It's the act of saying a word that is generally accepted and understood. For example, if you know Schainersville Road, a visitor might call it Schonersville Road. Someone who knows, a local town name or a local name. I mean, if you talk about Bethlehem as opposed to Bethlehem, or you go up to North or Worcester as opposed to Worcester. And how do you say some of the words we say here in this area? So understand that pronunciation is the correctness, and it can be considered correct considering the locality, local color, and how we say things around here. Think about a visiting speaker who's coming from another city who mispronounces the name of our city or mispronounces the name of an important person they're introducing. It can be very embarrassing. Therefore, pronunciation is essential and a matter of courtesy. So basically, it's the act of saying a word that is generally correct and accepted. Another term on your paper right after that is the word rate or pacing. This seems to be my issue. The speed at which a person speaks is their rate or their pacing. The average rate of speech is actually 120 to 150 words per minute. I'm pretty sure I'm a little bit above that mark because I do speak quite fast. And your average is probably about the same unless you just drank a can of Monster. But anyway, pacing can be changed up. You can go very fast for certain incidents, and you can slow things up in order to emphasize. Rhythm. The rhythm is the sense of movement or pacing within a speech. Rhythm does not mean it needs to be routine and patterned. But if you want to create good rhythm, if you want to create a sense of rhythm, you repeat like I just have. And people actually get addicted to that. But don't overdo it to the point that you have a Shakespearean poem, to the point you never want to read another one again. Pitch. If you haven't noticed, my pitch overall is kind of low, typically for a female voice, but it does vary. Sometimes I talk really high in a pitch, and sometimes I get very serious or mad, and I range my pitch. Again, the more you vary this, the more naturally you vary it, the more entertaining you are. So pitch is the placement of a voice on like a musical range of notes. It's like volume, it can be raised and lowered for emphasis. It's hard. Verbatim means word for word. It's the person who reads exactly what is written down on a piece of paper, does not vary, does not change or add anything or anything new in between, and typically you panic. So if I see you read something verbatim, I can tell. I can hear it in your voice that you are just reading a script. Vocal variation is another term. It's what you want. That is the overall goal of this whole unit. You want to vary your vocals. You want to change your volume. You want to change your pitch. You want to change your rate. You want to change your pausing once in a while to accent your intentions in your words. If you have entertaining and natural vocal variation in your voice, you will be understood, you will be entertaining, and you will certainly be able to get across the power of public speaking.